This is the oldest trick in the book in investing, right? If you want to buy something in size, like if you are Julian Robertson wanting to buy a lot of copper, or George Soros wanting to buy a lot of the pound, you don't go buy it and then tell everybody, I just bought some. Don't you want to be like me? No. You short it and you spread rumors that it's the worst thing you've ever seen and that no one would ever want to buy it. And you crash the price so you can buy more.
10 days have passed since BlackRock, the largest asset management in the world, submitted an application to the Securities and Exchange Commission of the United States for a Bitcoin ETF. Several well-known members of the Bitcoin community instantly expressed their mistrust of the entire process, due to the Wall Street giant's reputation with regulators and the timing of the application right after the SEC sued Binance and Coinbase. The chief investment officer of Bitwise Asset Management, Matt Hogan, grimly forecasts that BlackRock will dominate the cryptocurrency market going forward, replacing Binance. Present Pish, a well-known Bitcoin podcaster and author, claimed on Twitter that the lawsuits against Binance and the growing involvement of Wall Street heavyweights like BlackRock, Citadel, and Charles Schwab are all part of one big inside job. I'm sorry, but after watching BlackRock, Fidelity, Citadel, Schwab, and now Deutsche Bank all apply for Bitcoin ETF, spot exchanges, etc., the tweet, which has received over 16,000 likes, begins. How can you not believe that the entire previous year was a massive inside job organized by the Wall Street parasites and government regulators, so they could catch up? Only a few days after the SEC dumps at Trevorrow on Binance and sues Coinbase. Pish and the more than 16,000 Twitter users who liked his tweet are not the only ones who think that a lot was done last year to lower the price of crypto assets before these Wall Street giants started expressing interest in a sector they had all previously denigrated. Mark Yusko, a well-known hedge fund manager, provided a critical analysis of the scenario and what it means for the future of the cryptocurrency sector during a recent interview with the 3-2 Warrior Academy team. BlackRock's ETF application is only one of the final stages of the "then they fight you" phase, according to Yusko, who previously asserted that the FTX Alameda disaster was planned by regulators and the conventional finance giants. In an effort to postpone the inevitable replacement of their trust system, crypto's truth system, the Wall Street giants are reportedly utilizing an almost exact replica of the playbook they use for gold. Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable post alerts for future videos like this before we listen to Mark Yusko's delayed expert insight on the subject.
Everyone who is a big investor has been using this trick forever. And look, I'm unabashed about this. I guarantee you that Operation ChokePoint 2.0 is real. Yep. I guarantee you that this is a very large, very well planned, very well executed and orchestrated decision by the club to crash the price and allow them to delay the inevitable replacement of the trust industry with truth. Full stop. It's all a big plan. And my belief, right, is that Sam and Caroline they were pawns. They were the useful idiots. They were not the masterminds. They were not the They were pawns, like the Manchurian Candidate, minus the chip, of a very large game by the very, very largest organizations in the world to take control. But here's the thing. You've heard me say, 2009 to 15 was the first they ignore you phase. Bunch of nerds and geeks playing with your magic internet money. 16 to 21, then they laugh at you. God, look at you idiots playing with this stupid stuff, magic internet money, whatever. 2022 to 2027, then they fight you. Y'all took $100 billion out of my bank. That pisses me off, and you're going to pay. And so, $1 billion went into Celsius and Voyager and BlockFi. Who gives a shit? 100 billion? Now we got a fucking problem. You need to be shut down, and you need to be shut down, and you need to be shut down. And so, but here's the thing. If you're here, we've already won. We've already won. That's the cool part. The inevitability of decentralization, the inevitability of crypto, the inevitability of Bitcoin, the inevitability of a decentralized world, it's happening. And they can fight it all they want, but they're gonna lose. Now, can they make our life miserable in the short run? Sure. Imagine being a wealthy person on April 5th, 1933. You had a bunch of gold bars in your vault, and you were deemed a criminal. Executive Order 6102, you're a criminal. Johnny, that gold you have, you're a criminal. You gotta give it, you gotta forfeit your gold to us, or we're gonna arrest you. Did Johnny give him all his gold? Hell no. But he did live in fear that someone was gonna show up at his door, with a gun even, and take the gold. So that's probably gonna happen again. It's kind of happening now, but I think we're in a better place because collectively the communities that we're all part of are more powerful, they're more well distributed, and they're global. Look, 40% of the people in this world don't have a bank account. 40% of the adults on this planet do not have a bank account. We can help them. We can give them financial services through digital assets. And I want to be involved in, as I said, the ABCDs of the digital age: AI, blockchain, chips, and data. And investing in those things is amazing. And it literally is changing the world, and it's changing things for the better. And that's cool, and that's good. And that's why technology and innovation are my lifeblood, right? Innovation is an asset class. It creates all the other things that we all think of as assets: stocks, bonds, currencies, and commodities. The gold ETF took 3.5 years to get approved.
Wow.
3.5 years. Why? Because Jamie Dimon said no.
You're right.
Jamie's like, no freaking way are you having a gold ETF until I am fully short.
Exactly.
So I will get fully short. In fact, they were, if you go through the JP Morgan documents from the global financial crisis, they were short 2 times the world's supply of gold. Because the futures market allows you to short paper commodities. That's why when you want to manipulate something, you create a futures market. That's why oil prices are manipulated. That's why gold prices are manipulated. JP Morgan pays $1 billion just about every year for spoofing the gold market.
Fines.
Well, wait a minute. How do they do it? And they don't have to admit they're guilty. They don't have to admit guilt.
Nope.
And they always say, but we made $20 billion, so it's just cost of doing business, 5%. So what happened was JP Morgan got short. Like, okay, now you can open up the ETF to take the long side of our shorts. And boom, gold goes up. And then everybody jumped in, John Paulson, all these others denominated all their stuff in gold. And then what's happened since? JP Morgan went back to spoofing it. So look, it's not a coincidence that the bear market in 2017 started the day of the creation of the Bitcoin futures ETF. It is not a coincidence that the day of the bear market in 2021 started with the approval of the Bitcoin futures ETF. Those are not coincidences. What those 2 events allowed was JP Morgan and BlackRock and et cetera to go short the shit out of those markets to depress the prices so they could buy. And yes, Larry Fink et al. Said that crypto is used by money launderers and terrorists. Why did they say that? I used to laugh at them. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I didn't realize they had inside information because they are the ones doing the money laundering, right? The government sends the money to Ukraine. Ukraine sends it to FTX. And here's the crazy thing. It's on chain. Like in the old days, I want to buy off Johnny. I meet him in the park. I bring my backpack. I set it down next to him. I walk away. He's like, Mark, your backpack. And I just keep walking. He looks inside. It's full of money. And Johnny's now my friend.
That's how me and Johnny met, actually.
I mean, that's exactly right. And it's not traceable. If you're going to do money laundering, why would you do it on chain? So Ukraine sends the money to FTX. FTX sends it to Alameda. Alameda sends it to a shell company owned by SBF. And then he sends it to the Democratic Party. Are you freaking kidding me? On chain?
Can't make this stuff up.
You can't make that stuff up. That is money laundering. If you go to the picture of money laundering, that is it. So when Elizabeth Warren talks about it's used by money launderers, I'm like, yeah, by you. I have nothing against these guys. I really don't. And I don't really want to pick a fight with them.
No.
It does bother me, though, that they keep consolidating the wealth at the top, right? We have the highest wealth and income inequality in the history of mankind. And they appease the masses by saying, oh, we're going to give you UBI, or we're going to give you, free handouts. And like, but this is wrong. I mean, it's wrong that a regulatory body waits for a member of the club to want to get in the game and then grants them approval. Now, they haven't been approved yet, but mark my words, they will get approved. And everyone said, well, why is that bad? I'm like, well, technically, it's not, because it opens the floodgates for greater adoption, right? The top of the show, or the top line at the top of the page here. And that's good. That is good. The fact is, it won't be evenly distributed.
What do you think about Yusko's interview and the responses to BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF application? Do you believe this will alter the industry's trajectory of growth for digital assets? Please share your thoughts and views in the space provided below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable post alerts for additional videos. Thank you for watching.